Hello everyone and welcome to Webinar Wednesday. My name is Rickard Carneborn and I will be your host today together with my partners and good friends Martin Jansson and Martin Warhult. We decided to go live and talk a little bit about our latest updates. We've been working really hard as usual. Our developers are working really hard to make the platform even better. So today I want to display some of the topics if you see this, please write a comment so that we know you can hear us and that you are here. So let us know who's watching. We can see that people are joining in and if there's anyone that you think should see this webinar, please tag them so that they can join in. We will be live for about an hour. So today's topics is here on the screen, as you can see. I should do like that. Let's talk a little bit about the type of game settings that we introduced a couple of weeks ago, actually. So now you can kind of tag your event in what type of sport the event is. We added some settings for not available for. Let's talk about that. And then some new status messages. We also let people know that if you wrote a testimonial on our social media about how Smoothcomp has helped you running your business, we will spin the wheel and you get the chance to win 200 credits. So we will give out 200 credits during the webinar and then do that 3 times. So a total of 600 credits. And as you can see, we're going to talk a little bit about different topics. And if you have any questions, please write them in the comments. Martin Varhult is watching the chat, so he will be able to answer you quickly, and then we can also bring in your comments here and then take them as we go along. So without further ado, let's go over to this view and to my good friends, Martin and Martin. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi everyone.
So who's watching? Have we seen any comments yet? Let me bring up this. Johan Orbo from the Swedish Judo Federation says it works. That's great. That's good to hear. Yeah, that's a big news for us. We have the Swedish Judo Federation on board, which is very good news for us, and we look forward to see them starting to run events soon. So that's been nice, right?
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
Long time coming, Johan. I know you've been struggling on your end as well, and we appreciate to have you on board.
Yeah, that's really nice. Very good. Yeah, so if you have any comments during this show, then write them here and we will address them. So I want to ask you guys, how have you been? How have your week been? Let's start with Martin Varhult.
It's been good. Been working on some new features for Smoothcomp, and the weather is nice and the summer is getting to Sweden. So all good here.
All good here. So a typical day at the work, you're at the office right now, and the developers are here. We also have some developers sitting abroad, like we have one developer in Ukraine, but you usually work from the office. How has it been during Corona? You worked from home as well, correct?
Yeah, we try to be in the office as long as everyone is feeling 100%. But as soon as someone is feeling a bit sick, then of course we work from home. Better safe than sorry. But otherwise, I appreciate to work in the office with the guys. It's easier to cooperate and finish all the tasks together.
Great. And Martin Johnson, how about your week? What have you been up to?
I'm all good. This week I've been helping out with the Beijing team that is running an AJP event. So I had a nice couple of meetings and doing bracketing and the stuff that all you users of Smoothcomp do on a regular basis. I have been doing that this last couple of days. It's been nice.
Yeah, helping out since we have a contract with AJP based in Abu Dhabi. We sometimes do brackets for them. And especially now, since the event is in China, and this is their second event in China, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, yeah.
They feel well prepared. It's a good team.
All right.
So yeah, besides that, I'm running a project to try to grow our team as well. We are looking to tackle our growing markets. So we are looking for developers, both here in Sweden and abroad. So actually, maybe this could be a shout out if you're a martial artist that likes to code. Maybe you should reach out to us.
Yeah, you should. We definitely need to grow our team. We've been doing this for I think 7 years now, and it's a small team, but we're expanding and we're see the growth. So we need to be a bigger team in order to do the things we want to do. Talking about getting bigger, let me share this view instead. We of course have been affected by the pandemic, but now we start to see that events are happening again. So right now we're watching our calendar, and it's good news. We see that North America is definitely, they've been actually running events during the pandemic, but in different states. But now we see that, as you can see here on the map, they are pretty much all states that we have organizers are running events now. So this is the upcoming events. So this feels good. What do you say, Martin?
Yeah. The US has been the one market that has been quite open. Also, Australia has been quite open during the year. Europe was more closed market, not so many activities going on.
Yeah.
But I think it looks to be a good period the coming months.
Yeah. On this map, obviously the events we have, or that AJP and UAJJF runs, they are on their own separate platform, so they're not visible here. But of course, that region has been having events. Do we have our friends from down under here? We have events in Australia, and actually New Zealand, I think, was the first country that started to have events more regularly during the pandemic. So Chrissy and Melody and the team down there doing a really good job. All right, so that's it about the upcoming events. Let's talk a little bit about what we've been doing. So I will zoom in here, and while I'm doing this, I maybe are showing you how you can use Smoothcomp to find events. So everything that the map finds within its frame, those events are visible down here. So as you can see, events inside the map. So I will use this my event here, the summer camp event. The first thing we want to talk about is something that's called game type. Game type is here under settings, and what you can do now is that you can kind of choose what type of game or what type of event you are running. So we have made a structure here with armed sports at the top, and then we have the grappling sports, mixed sports, Olympic sports, and then stand-up sports like kickboxing and Thai boxing. So you should pick this game type when you set up your event. And our goal with this is to, going back to the map again, we will filter this information soon. So that when you are browsing the map here, you could use a filter, and then it will show you what type of event that you're looking for. So if you want to see judo events, for example, you can see all the tagged events running judo. So that's a new feature that we think will be very, very useful. If you have any questions regarding this, how to set this up, just let us know, and then we will help you. Next one is not available for setting. So I'm going to go over to entries. Under settings here, for example, for Jiu-Jitsu-Gi, we have always had a setting that says availability. And that meant that this setting was only available for somebody that had a previous registration in another entry. So an example would be if I wanted to compete in the open weight class, I had to have a registration in the normal category first, or the normal entry, like I compete in male gi. I need to register first in male gi, and then once I have that registration done, I can register for the open class. But what we have done now is we kind of reverse this. So now we also have a setting that says not available for, and this was by request from organizers in Singapore, which means that if somebody registered for Jiu-Jitsu-Gi, they are maybe not allowed to register for another category. So now you can reverse this. If I miss anything, Martin, just let me know. But I think that's it. That covers it.
You're on point.
Yeah. And then one more thing. We have introduced kind of a status information here. So as you can see here at the top, we have one message here that says this event's brackets are only visible for you. Publish the brackets when you're ready to go live. So let me show you what we mean by this. Right now, this is actually a bad example because this is a camp. But if I were to publish the brackets and then save, this message will disappear. So now brackets are published, and obviously the message is not there anymore. So this is just a reminder so that you remember to publish your brackets. We also have a setting. Yeah.
Yeah, we have seen quite a lot of support errands from both athletes and organizers that don't realize that the event is not published yet or the brackets are not published yet. So that's the main reason that we added this functionality, because we can see there is a need when we get an inflow of support email in certain errands.
Yeah, correct. And then we also added another message. So the event can be visible only to you as an organizer. It can be visible only to people that have the direct link. So for instance, if you run a small in-house tournament, you don't want to display this event in our calendar, in the whole Smoothcomp calendar, you can just provide everyone with a direct link. So they will still be able to access the event, but it will not be visible publicly. But if I change this to only organizer and then save here at the bottom, you will see that another message pops up and it says, this event is only visible for you. Change event visibility when you're ready to go public. So also, again, a reminder that right now nobody can see your event. And this is good when you are working the event, like, you're making all the setups, you're not ready to go public yet. You should have the event like this. This is important because you don't want to have it in the calendar open so people can watch it, and then you have information that you're not done yet, or so it's important that you keep it hidden until you're ready. And then you should go to everyone, also include in our calendar, save at the bottom, and then you're done like that.
Also, if you have the setting to everyone with a direct link, then you should note that not only is the event invisible in the calendar, but on the player's profile afterwards, the result will not rack up on their profile pages. So
yeah, that's good. Yeah.
If I compete at a, so to speak, closed event, then the results will not come on my page. So let's say you want to have a closed event for your academy, but you later on want to show the stats on the profiles, then you can switch it after the event. So you can actually have everyone with a link during the event, and when the event is done, you can switch it to everyone, because then it's going to be public, but the registration is closed anyway.
Very good. All right. You know what? I think we should jump into the fun part where we give out credits. I can see we have some people here. David Armendaris, he says top. I guess that means it's good, top good. And then our good friend Joao Luis Barreto, who is also here watching. So we have we have received a lot of nice words from you guys, which makes us very humble and very happy to read. So we said before this webinar today that anybody that wrote a testimonial that we also can use in our webpage gets the chance to win 200 credits. And we have received 11 entries this time, and you can see them here. We have them in this list. So I will go ahead and spin the wheel and see who wins the first 200 credits. You guys ready? Let's go. This is fun. I always feel like a child when doing this. And this makes me very happy. All right. New Zealand and Melody and Chrissy. We know these two ladies very well. They're very happy. Can we see the testimonial? Always, yeah, I could bring that up. I don't have it here, but I could bring that up.
Sorry
sure.
About that.
Yeah, no worries. I will bring it up. All right. So congratulations, ladies. 200 credits for you. We will add them to your organizer account. Then we have a comment here from Martin. He says, I really like this. Everyone with a direct link option have been using it directly. All right. Great.
Perfect.
Very good. So let's go to math settings. That's also something we've been working on. I mean, these are small tweaks because that's how running this company works. Sometimes we dive into bigger projects. We we work a lot with our streaming, or we do major product they span over a couple months, but then we also do smaller things in between. So right today we're talking about the smaller things, and at the end we will show you one of our biggest projects to date, and that's the streaming and scoreboard updates. So one of the smaller things we've been doing is you are now able to reorder the mats. So, and why would you do that, you ask? Well, let's say that this structure that you see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, doesn't cope with the way you have it in the arena. Maybe you have your mats in, different formation. So when you go to TV mode and then show it like this, unfortunately I didn't have any brackets here, but maybe this is not the way it looks in your arena. So you want maybe mat 3 to be next to mat 1 or something. So now you can do this. So you can just drag mat 3, and then when you do that, it pops up a little save button. Please remember to save. And now once you saved, going back to brackets and schedule, you now see that mat 3 is here instead. So just a small tweak, but also something that people have been asking about.
Can I make a little pro tip on the context on the subject?
Yeah.
So if you have a 2-day event, sometimes you by mistake put all the brackets on mat 1 day 1, but you meant to put it on mat 1 day 2, and that's a bummer. So if you just duplicate your mat categories, then you have 2 days like this, and now you realize that all the brackets is on mat 1, and how you're gonna change all the brackets at once. So you can click mat 1 on day 1, and then you can reflag the category to day 2 like this. And doing so, the mat ends up at it actually sorts on the top now. But if you needed, now you could resort this mat if you moved mat number 3 or mat number 4 or something. But this way you can bring all the brackets to the correct category if you did a mistake when you made all the brackets. It can be a pain to drag and drop, 80, 100 brackets. I've been there. So this is actually... Yeah, it's a very nice way of working with the brackets when you had to rearrange the schedule a lot. Like, oh no, the adults are supposed to be this day instead of that. Just bring them onto one of the mats and then go to mat settings and switch that mat to the other category.
Great. That's pro level tip. Also, when we're talking about sorting things, if you're using our federation platform, that's for federations running larger events, or companies like Naga or Grappling Industries, or we have a lot of federations that have a subdomain and then they have all their events on that platform. svenskjudo.smoothcomp.com. All the Swedish judo events are on one platform. We also have support for a ranking system. So let me find that. So I'm going to show you here first. So in the rankings here, there's a drop down here at the top that says all seasons, and then it can display only the season of 2020, 2019, or 2021. But as you can see, the order here is a bit wrong. So now you have the option to sort this. So if I go to settings, and then event, and then seasons, and this is for federation platform users running the premium version, you can now sort this. So of course 2021 should be at the top, then 2020, and then 2019. And now save, going back here, and then I refresh this page, and now you have the correct sort order here, 2021 at the top. And if you want to make 2021 the current season, so that it always defaults to showing only that, then you should click make current season. So now the current season is 2021, and then as you can see, this page defaults to showing only 2021 when people go there. Maybe you want to display all the seasons, but then people need to use the drop down like this. So just another small little update for people using seasons in the ranking. And this is something that you should do, of course, if you're running a a ranking system. People want to kind of compete for a season, and then you can display the winner at the end, and then you create a new season. So that's the way to do that. What else? Let's talk a little bit while we're here at the Federation platform. We have added a way to kind of download statistics from all the events that have been run in the Federation. And we call this Master Stats. So if you are a Federation platform user, go to Events, and then here you'll see a button saying Export Event Registrations. And here you can choose a date. So let's say I want to see all the information from the events from the 1st of January until today. I can do that, and then I can do an export, and it will download all the fighters, all the matches, all the results, pretty much everything from this event into an CSV formatted file. And then you can use that information to do your own statistics or anything you feel the need to use that information with. So a nice way to once the season is over, you can kind of collect all the data from these events. All right. Let's see. Yeah, let's do another spin of the wheel while we're here. So I'm gonna spin the wheel again, and let's see who takes home another 200 credits. And it stops. Coast Academy. Thank you very much for the very nice testimonial we received, and congratulations to 200 credits. We will add them to your organizer account.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah. All right. Now let's talk about the biggest feature of the day, the thing that we've been working really hard on, and that's our scoreboards. So just to give you some context, when we started Smoothcomp, the scoreboards, they lived in the browser. So all the scoreboards, they were using the browser, and then once you clicked the person, you got a small pop-up, and then you could give the points and everything like that. And it works really, really good. The downside is that we were mirroring the display to the spectators and to the fighters. So a couple of years ago, we built a scoreboard application. And the scoreboard application you install on a PC or Mac, and you then have a dedicated spectator view and a dedicated input panel, so that the person scoring gets all the points visible in front of them. They don't need to click and then see the points. They have everything in a nice layout in front of them. And then we display just the scoreboard to the spectators. But we were running two different code bases. So each time we made an update, we had to kind of move back and forth. Maybe Martin, you should explain this a little bit better than I can do. Can you do that, please?
Yeah, exactly. So right now last time we had two different versions, and now we smashed them together. So now it's only one version, and you can open it normally on the web like before, or you can also use our new Scoreboard app. And the difference between the Scoreboard app is that with the Scoreboard app, you are able to connect a secondary display to your computer, normally a TV that you have by the mat. And if you do that, then you have two special views. So you have one view only for the spectators, visible for the audience. And then you have one view only visible on the laptop for the scorekeeper. And the good thing about that is that the spectator, they will not see anything when you are popping up the controls to do the scoring. And for the scorekeeper, all controls are visible at all times, so you don't have to click to open the controls and then click to give score. So it's much easier for both the scorekeeper and more visible for the audience. So the rule is, if you have a PC or a Mac, then it's better to use the Scoreboard app. If you're not able to do that, if you have an iPad or a Chromebook or something like that, then you're better off with a web browser.
Great. And the big project we've been running here for several months is to finally have the same code in the browser and in the app, so that now when we push updates, we push them to both instances, which also creates a new possibility for us to build new features. And it's, yeah, for the developers, it's been great. And now we finally have kind of merged them together. So what I'm going to show you here now is a new section called Scoreboard. And let's look at the judo scoreboard, for example. If you set your event to have the default scoreboard to judo, then that's a one-time process because you're only running judo events, so you'll have the default scoreboard for judo. But as you can see, we have several different scoreboards, like 18 or something. And if you don't find the scoreboard that you need in Smoothcomp, then we can custom build scoreboards for you. So it comes with a smaller cost, but it also makes it possible for you to, if the functionality is not what you're looking for, then we can do that. But what we have added is the possibility to for you to kind of customize the scoreboard on your own. So by standard, judo uses white and blue. It's an Olympic sport. They use white and blue, but we know that there are some other variations, or you could actually have a custom scoreboard for judo. So if you want to have a blue and black judo scoreboard, you can do that now. If you're running jiu-jitsu and or let's say folk style, we actually added a wrestling folk style scoreboard. We've been working on that with one of our organizers in the States. You can customize this, so maybe you want a red and green background for this scoreboard. So you can have the custom scoreboard, you set that one time, and then it will, you don't have to think about it. But if you want to, you can customize the scoreboard.
Folk style is not out yet. It's in the final testing stages.
Yeah. I should say that we're testing it, but we're working on it. So folk style will be available soon, and then any other scoreboard you can customize. So if you're running karate events, and then our colors are black and red, then you can have a scoreboard like that. So I think we should try this out. Maybe we should do let's do karate. That looks good. I think that works, right, Martin? We can do a karate scoreboard without problems.
I think so.
Yeah, you can actually customize the text as well. So it will automatically, add the text that it should use for black. But you could also choose another text option here. I don't know how this will turn out, but this is live, so let's try it out. So I'm gonna save here. For karate custom, black and red, and then let's create a bracket. So going to registrations and then create bracket, then just do a single elimination with a bronze match, and as you can see, it already defaulted to karate. Here we have something happened here. All right, maybe I had to choose that again. That was strange. Didn't I save? All right, red and black. There we go. So karate scoreboard, red and black, and now create bracket. And then once it's created, I can go here and then open the scoreboard. And here you have the red and black karate scoreboard. So from now on, you can customize the scoreboard if you want, if you need to. If you don't need that, then just use the standard version that you can set here. This was another event, so that was confusing. All right, let's go back here. And then any questions regarding this? Do we have any questions? Or do we have any requests regarding this? Let us know if we missed something.
I could say that we are actually quite close at launching an MMA scoreboard as well.
Yeah, very close.
So the MMA scoreboard, once it's finalized, will be able to give the normal 10-9 rounds that you see in the UFC. But our ambition is to build so that the side referee can input the score on their cell phones, and it sends to the main table and sets up. So electronic UFC cards. That's our goal, to make the UFC leave the paper aside and use Smoothcomp instead.
That's a good ambition.
Yeah.
All right. Now I need to kind of prepare here a little bit. So I'm gonna show you now because our live streaming solution works together with our Scoreboard application. So you can live stream using an iOS application, or you could use professional cameras and then use a software like Ecamm, that's for Mac, or OBS, that's for both Mac and PC. And we have a lot of organizers running fantastic events, and they use our normal streaming solution for just an iPhone or an iPad. But sometimes they want to maybe have a little bit like more professional production with better cameras than what the iPad can provide. And then they maybe want different angles, they want commentary, pretty much like we're doing here. So then you should use a software like Ecamm. So I will show you now how you can set this up with Ecamm, and then how you can embed our scoreboard into Ecamm. So bear with me. I will just switch over to here.
You could also mention that it's similar with OBS, which is available for PCs as well. It would.
Yep. All right. So first let me go. Yeah, I can do this. So in order to do this, you need to go to live streams. That's the menu here. It says live streams. And this is where you would create, currently we stream to YouTube. We have some nice news coming, but I can't tell you more about that now. But for now, we're streaming to YouTube. And we added a new button here that says channels. If I click here now, it will only display the last seen channels. But then if I open one of the scoreboards, so I will open this scoreboard here. This scoreboard has, you don't see this when I share maybe, but this scoreboard has an URL. It has smoothcomp.com/scoreboard/ a specific number. And then if I go back here now, and then I refresh, then I can see that channel here listed. So this is the one. On mat A, I have men whites minus 64 kilos. Man white minus 64 kilos. So this is the scoreboard that I see now. If I click the scoreboard button, I will get a specific link to this scoreboard. And as you can see, the scoreboard pops up here. So I'm going to copy this URL and then actually close it down.
The scoreboard is kind of cropped in your preview, but normally it's not cropped, of course.
Yeah, exactly. And then I will switch over here in Ecamm to something called live demo. So now you should see all of my windows. And in order for me to display this scoreboard, I'm using Ecamm Live. It's an amazing software. We actually made a partnership with Ecamm. So if you want to use Ecamm, you should look for our affiliate link. That will help us, which is very appreciated. So use that Ecamm Live affiliate link if you want to try this out. It's paid software, but it's awesome. I'd say it's the best software on the market for if you're using a Mac and you want to do live streams. So then we have this section called overlays. In Ecamm, it works like you have buttons here, and then you can kind of bring up different panels like this. And the panel I'm using right now is called Overlays. And here there's a small widget button. It looks like a globe here. So I will click this, and then I will paste that specific URL, and then I will just name it Mat A. And then under widget options, I will add 1920 by 1080, which is the HD format or standard. Frame rate, what do you say, Martin? It doesn't have to be a very high frame rate, so well, let's do 30 FPS here. And then once I add this widget overlay, it comes in here as an overlay. And as you can see here, that's our scoreboard. And if I go back here, you should see Stanley Craig on the scoreboard here. And then if I start the clock, it pops in here. And now to the right, I have the scoreboard running that the spectator sees and the referee. And then here in the stream, you would see the fighters and also the scoreboard. So very, very easy way to integrate our scoreboard into a professional production like Ecamm. And it works the same with OBS. On our in our help desk or like support system, we have added an article on how to do this. So it's with screenshots and everything. So you can easily follow that guidelines to embed the scoreboard. Now I'm using the browser version, so as you can see, if I add points here, like click 2, click 3, it updates immediately. I can remove points. If I were using the scoreboard application, then I would have a dedicated view for the panel with the input, with the scoring, with the points. And then end game. And then I think Cedric was the winner here by points. So I click points. It says winner by points. And as you can see, everything is reflected into the stream, won by points. And then I click save. And then we made some refreshments here. So now it's already saved when you click save. Before you had kind of another confirmation box. But now when you click save, it says saved. And then you can decide if you want to go to the next match or if you want to go back to the fight order. If I go to the next match, it brings up another scoreboard. And then this is the way you run it. So, and just the final thing, what I did now is that I clicked scoreboard here under channels. If I wanted to, I could have chosen the tail of tapes, which is the information that we display in between fights. Or you have used the auto version, which is probably the one that you want to use. And auto is, it just brings in all the fights during the matches. So it will bring in the scoreboard, and then once that is done, it will bring in the tail of tape, and then the next scoreboard, and then tail of tape, and then it just runs like that during the day. So when you're using this, I just wanted to use the scoreboard for the demonstration. You should click auto. So auto, copy this. I will do it again so you guys can see it. Let's remove this one. And then widget overlay. Paste it in. And then remember to change this to 1920 by 1080 so it looks sharp. And then I add it in. Drag it over like that. And now you can see we have this tail of tape. And then once the fight is complete, it will go back to the next scoreboard. I think that deserves an applaud, right? All right. So that's what we've been working on. Embedding the scoreboard in Ecamm or OBS and making the scoreboards one standard. And we have a lot of things coming with the scoreboards. A lot of things that will make it even more usable. Correct, guys?
Yep. We're looking forward to the variations of the MMA scoreboard with the multiple referee input over different devices that can grow to be, Eurovision Song Contest material.
Yeah, for sure. Johan Orbo says, very nice. I know Johan has been using the streaming in his event, so and I mean, the easiest way is, of course, just to bring your iPhone or your iPad, and then you download the iOS application called Smooth Streamer, and then just select the scoreboard in the iOS application, and then start the matches from where the scorekeeper is, and then you're up and running. But of course, I mean, this is an amazing camera in this telephone. Is that the word? In this phone. Cell phone. I talking Swedish here, a little bit mixed. But it's an amazing camera, of course. I mean, this camera is my go-to camera. But if you want a bit more professional production, if you want more depth and you want a faster camera or anything, you want more angles, because with the Smooth Streamer you are limited to one angle. So if you want 2 angles or 3 angles, then you should use Ecamm or OBS, and then just bring in some microphones, and then you're up and running. I mean, most of you guys can do this on your own. I'm not professionally educated in streaming. I just learned myself, and then help from students here that work professionally. We run professional broadcast events in our academy when we do our events. So
we can also mention that it's not either or. Some organizers, they have a main mat where they run OBS or Ecamm with multiple angles and better sound and better video, and then for the rest of the mats they use the normal iPad or iPhone solution. It works very good together, and then you can, for example, put all the finals on the main mat, and then you have them broadcasted with a true professional equipment. That's very nice.
Yeah, we'll get some nice feedback here from Johan and Kai, and then also George says, nice work and sound nice, the plans for the MMA scoreboard. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. All right. That's what we had in plan for you guys to talk about during this webinar Wednesday. Let's open up for questions. If you have any questions regarding Smoothcomp, if you're something that you're wondering about, maybe you already know it, but then we don't have any questions. So if you have any questions, let us know, and we will just wait for that a little bit. Let's go over here. I don't know if we talked about that in the last webinar, but we are now displaying a map. So find accommodations near Summer Camp 2021. So when you go to an event, you have a location and accommodation tab. So it's easy for you to find locations where you can stay close to the event. And then when you register, we actually display this one more time at the end. So it's been active now for a couple of months, and it's been very used, a very appreciated feature. We see that a lot of people are using it. So and also at the front page of each event, there's a small widget here for location. Kai wonders, can you copy others' event?
Well, not as a single organizer. You can copy events within a federation that comes from other organizers. But if you need to copy another event, let's say you have a friend somewhere in your vicinity that has made a perfect template for you, then you can ask them to make a copy on their event, on their organizer, and then make a support errand to us, and we can move that event over to your organizer manually.
Yeah. So we need you to send us an email. But like Martin were saying also, if you are running an event under a federation, you should click run this event under federation, and once you have selected these parameters here, just gonna go over this really fast, then you will see that since my organizer is connected to a federation, I get the options to either duplicate from a previous event, and then all my previous event pops up here. So it's very, very easy to make a copy of your older events. Then you can choose from our events. So we have this was the demo, so it wasn't active, but we have a lot of events as that we provide from Smoothcomp. But then also choose from the Fight Club Federation template. So if Svensk Judo provides a template for all their organizers, then it will be available here. But like Martin said, if you want to copy someone else's event, then you need to do like he said. All right, thanks. Great. Should we maybe spin the wheel again? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
give away some more credits, yeah.
Yeah. So we have American Judo Foundation, Spirit Taekwondo in Australia, AEJJB, that's a Spanish federation that just came aboard, Spain BJJ Tour, 5 Grappling, Martin was here recently, that's Martin Venens, and then Favel, Brisbane, and Next Gen BJJ. All right, let's go.
Oh,
I think that's a new organizer. That's awesome. So the winner of 200 credits is Favel Abramovic. Congrats.
Nice.
Yeah, I hope you have an
organizer account up and running.
Then I need to close this one because that was a mistake. All right, we accidentally clicked the button. All right, so we will add those credits to your organizer account. We would just need to find you. All right, guys. This is always fun, doing these live webinars. Martin, close call. Yeah, that was close. Sorry, man. Johan asks, can I buy credit with invoice? Well, yeah, go ahead, Martin.
On the federation level, if it's a big amount, we can discuss it. So have the federation contact us and do it that way in that case. But normally we try to redirect to a credit card in all cases.
Martin says, nice webinar, guys. Thanks for the new updates. Thank you very much for your support. Yeah. All right, I think we will leave it by that. It was supposed to be a quick one, like this. Johan says, no, it's for my club. Okay, then no, it's the credit card, Johan, that we tried, because the way we kind of structured everything is simplifies the manual work, both for you as an organizer, but then also for us as a company, so we can focus on building features instead of sending invoices. Yeah. So yeah, this was supposed to be just a quick webinar, and we've been going on for 50 minutes now, so I think that's pretty good. Do you have anything else, guys? Do you want to add?
No. I don't think
No?
so.
No.
We're working hard to make Smoothcomp as fast and as good as possible. We're very, very happy for all the fantastic feedback we received when asking for testimonials. We also receive a lot of good suggestions for new updates. We always try to listen to the community, and if we see that something is valuable and it's possible for us to build it, we will eventually get to it. We don't forget anything. We add everything to our work structure. But of course, it's a constant battle of prioritizing things.
Martin.
Yeah.
Martin, can you specify what you need to know if you're a talented coder and a jiu-jitsu fan? If you want to be part of our team, what is the technical specification you should know?
So we're looking for 2 positions. So it's one for backend and one for frontend. And for backend, it's so Smoothcomp is built on Laravel, which is a PHP framework. So PHP and Laravel, and then we also use some Golang, which could also be interested. But anyway, if you're a good backend, then you know all the languages, and so it should not stop you. But Laravel is what we use. And for frontend, we use a lot of it's called Vue, so that's JavaScript, and then of course CSS and HTML. And then we are also looking for designers, for UI and UX designers. Could help a bit, so that would also be good. We are interested in anyone who's good at developing and coding, and also interested in combat sports. So everything is of interest, I would say. We will
Thanks.
find a position for you.
Thanks for making my job simpler. No, that will be great. If you know anyone, or if you are the person yourself, please reach out to support@smoothcomp.com, and we will take it from there. Thanks.
Yeah.
Great. Joy Simoes said, thanks guys, great webinar. Thank you guys. We will end it here. It's been great. We will be back with another webinar soon when we have new things to let you know about, especially about the streaming. We will have great updates coming. Yeah. All right.
Perfect.
Then I will end it here. Thanks everyone, and see you soon again. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.